Are you a mother? Perhaps you are asking yourself or me, what can a mom do? I'm busy, I have little children, but I would like to help bring Muslims, Hindus, Sikhs, and other immigrants into the kingdom. Is there anything I can do? Yes, there is. First, let's start with the basics. What would any good Christian mom do? You would raise your children to be Christians. So teach them the things that your pastor and church will tell you to do. Teach them how to pray. Teach them the Bible. Be sure that your children go to church, Sunday school, that they learn. And where possible, encourage them to memorize the Bible. These are all things that any Christian mother would encourage her children to do. But beyond that, if you want to reach others in your community, it really is possible. And it's a good idea to involve your children. One time I was doing something that required me to leave my children, and some people were questioning if that was a good idea or not. And I was struggling with guilt, and I thought, well, would I want my children to do what I'm doing? And then I thought, yes, I would want them to do it. So what I am doing is patterning for my children. So when you take time away from your family, within reason, of course, but when you do that to serve the Lord, remember, you are setting an example. You are also setting an example when you include them in what you are doing. In fact, when my daughter was little, she knew that we reach out to the lost and the lonely and the immigrants. And if we were out shopping together or doing something, she would say to me, "Mom, there's a Muslim over there," or "Mom, that man needs a tract," because he looked so sad. She could sense that he had a need. So what this did is it raised an awareness, because she knew that Mom cared about these people. And you can do that, sister, with your children, regardless of how many you have. If they know that you care about the lost, the homeless, the downtrodden, and for what we're talking about today, the immigrants and the refugees and the international students, if they know you care, they will help you do it. And also, as they grow up, it will seem more natural for them to do it. So, for example, when I am going out with international students or Muslims, I will often include my family. Now, my children are older, but even so, I will encourage them. I may ask my son, "Hey, I'm meeting with some Muslim guy students or some immigrants from Israel or some other people. Would you like to come and meet?" And it doesn't seem unnatural for him to come and contribute things that I myself couldn't. And the same thing with my daughter. She has met many of the Muslims and other internationals I worked with. So you can do that. There's one more thing you might be able to do that's not exactly around town, but when I first heard that they were giving Bibles to Muslims from North Africa and Spain, I was so excited. I thought, I couldn't go myself because I'm a working mom. I just am so busy and I've got, the kids, I can't go. But maybe I could send someone in my place. Maybe I could pay their expenses and they could go for me. So I called the mission organization and said, I would love to go, but since I can't, would there be a way for me to sponsor someone? And do you know what I was told? Well, you can go, bring your family. We often have families coming. And so, Christian moms, I took my family, including my husband and kids, and we went on this short-term mission to give Bibles to Muslims. So those are different ways that you as a mother can serve. First, to be sure your children are strong believers and bring Christ into the next generation with them. Second, give them a sense of awareness that you care and that they should be on the lookout for needy people that we as Christians can minister to. Third, involve them when you meet Muslims, Hindus, Sikhs, refugees, students, and reach out to them and go places and invite them over. Involve your family. And fourth, maybe someday you will go on a short-term mission with them. So if you do this, you will spread the gospel. You will be following the Lord, expanding His kingdom. Your children will become stronger as believers. They will be trained to do that when they are adults and even after you are dead. And finally, your life will become richer. Jesus told us that if we lose our life for His sake, we will gain it. Maybe you have already done this, but I've found because I have sacrificed my time, money, all kinds of different things to share with Muslims, Hindus, and Sikhs, it has made my life much richer, much more interesting. And I'm not saying that is the reason we do it. We don't do it for selfish reasons. We do it mainly to help the lost and because Jesus gave us the Great Commission. But the whole package together of your life will be more interesting and more blessed and reap eternal rewards if you obey Jesus and do it right here in America by sharing the gospel with the immigrants, refugees, and international students.